welcome to another episode of UNCUT. For the past decades, cars have been getting bigger and bigger, faster and faster. They're getting kind of enormous. And then what if there was an antidote to this issue? What if city cars were getting smaller, more affordable, and easier to access? This is the antidote. This is the Geely Panda EV. Look at that big cute face. I mean, it's got so big eyes. It's got this big smiley face around it. And then look at the Brabus behind us. It looks so aggressive. It's too much for the city. This is perfect. In video and picture, it's just very difficult to understand how small this car is. The whole wheelbase from wheel to wheel is literally just over 2 meters. So it's a little bit longer than the Wuling Mini. And let me demonstrate. This car is so small. I can hug it from the C pillar to the A pillar. It's tiny. For the past few years, this type of car has become super popular in China. It's a kind of affordable, accessible micro car. Some competitors, such as the Wuling Mini, have been on the market now for just over a year, and they've been selling around 30,000 cars per month. Now, this is Geely's answer to that. Of course, compared to the Wuling, this has some major upgrades. For example, under here we have a fast charger. The Wuling version is still only on slow 7 kilowatt maximum charging. This will go up to 22 kW. It's a massive upgrade. And now across China, trying to find a 7 kilowatt charger is nigh on impossible. Everything has gone from slow charging to fast charging as if overnight. So this car will get you on the highway. It will get you to further places. It will take you out of town. Whereas the Wuling really restricts you to wherever you have your charger, basically. Is there any space under the hood? Is there a frunk? The answer is no. Under here, it's brutally simple. There's no space for a... Well, they could put something here for a rucksack or a backpack, but it's very simple. So basically, you have the charging equipment here, your window washer, 2 headlights, a steering pump, and a 12-volt battery. So even if there was a frunk, it would be extremely small. Now here's the unlock button for the boot. Under here we have some very, very, very small area, literally a maximum of 3 liters of boot space. But if you put the seats down here, and we've got the photography equipment, that's perfect space. We can put this on here as well. We can put this on here and a larger Pelican case as well. So actually there's quite a lot of space when you put down the seats. And remember, the majority of times it won't be a full car, so you can actually use those rear seats flat to fill it out with your groceries or your shopping or your pets. As you expect, it's a Mini, so everything is a little bit more compact than it needs to be. Here the steering wheel is absolutely tiny. It's made from hard plastic, so it really meets that low-end requirement of, again, this is a 50,000 RMB car, so you're not going to get an Alcantara steering wheel, you're not going to get leather seats, you're not going to get a leather dashboard. This is the absolute opposite. This car was made for an urban environment, so you've got hard plastics, you've got physical buttons and digital buttons here on this 10-inch screen. Here there is a small LCD screen. When you say LCD, you think that it's going to be actually low quality, but here we've got a lot of graphics. We've got the range, the power that we're using. We've got an indicator that the AC is on, ambient temperature, the gear that it's in. So overall, the package here for the driver to look at this screen, or this screen is absolutely fantastic. And then above me, there's a glass roof, so this brings in so much light. It feels like you're in a much bigger car. I mean, in other models from other companies like Wuling, I don't think they have the glass roof, so it feels like you're in a darker place. And for height, I'm 1.77 m, and there's plenty of space here for adjusting the seats backwards and forwards. Okay, maybe that space comes at the expense of rear passengers, but again, this is mostly meant for a 2+2 arrangement. So I don't think you would always have 4 people in the car. Usually just yourself and yourself. So there we go. Down here we have the center console. In traditional cars, these would be huge, running all the way through. In the Mini, it really is just living up to that name. It's a Mini. Down here you have a mechanical, old school mechanical brake. And then under here you have 2 USB charging ports. In terms of space, you also have a lot of cubby holes here. Of course, there's no glove box in a traditional sense, so you have small shelves to put stuff in. You could put your phone in here, you put your phone in here, you can put your phone in this one back here. So there's plenty of space. One of the cool things is the seating. There's nothing here in the middle. There's no center console, as I just mentioned, so you can really spread out your feet. I guess if you were sitting here in the passenger side, you could even press the accelerator if you wanted to go faster. One of the things I don't like is that the door is absolutely huge, and the seatbelt is so far behind on the B pillar that I can't reach it. There we are. Okay, plug it in. There we are. Close this huge barn door. We open this, put the seat forward a little bit. Okay, and let me get in the back. Ooh, it rocks a little. Close the door, put the seat back so the front passenger can get in. You know, that is not bad. I mean, we've got a lot of space here. We've got a lot of head space. So I'm not super tall. I'm not super short either, but here there's still plenty of space. 1 fist of space here. Back here we have a small outlet, 12-volt power outlet. So you could plug in a USB charger here as well if you get the adapter. So overall, it's not bad. There's a rear seat belt here. This plugs in down here. This is the thing I don't like. When you're in the driver's position and you look back slightly to see if there's anything here in your peripheral vision, you see this and you're like, oh, there's a car. So I'm not sure why they chose this design, maybe for strength reasons or for other reasons, but the window is very small, you can't really see out of it. Every day it feels like there's a new super EV crossover coming out with 400 brake horsepower, maybe 800 at the top end, but this little thing has 41. Now what can you do with 41 brake horsepower, you ask? Well, the answer is very obvious. You make a very small, highly efficient city EV. So right now I'm using 11 kilowatts per 100 kilometers. How does that compare to, say, the EV truck that I've been driving around for the past few weeks? Well, basically it's half. Every day when I take out that truck, I'm using 20. Recently I've been driving a Polestar 2, which was much higher, maybe 25, 30 kilowatts. This is the absolute most perfect urban city car you can have today. And what's more, it's only 50,000 RMB for this model. Under here we have a 17 kilowatt battery, literally under the car, under the whole body of the car, and at the rear you have a very small motor, and that thing is just powering us along effortlessly in the city. You really don't need to worry about speed, you don't need to worry about 0 to 100 because it's probably about 20 seconds. It's just a grocery getter car. It is absolutely perfect for what it is. Okay, the suspension is harsh, the steering is... it's happening. I wouldn't call it a sports car, but this car is just for going A to B, dropping your kids to school, getting groceries, going to work, maybe some short distances on the highway. It is capable of going on the highway, but really, would you want to go 100 plus kilometers an hour in a car this small? So the kind of people who buy these cars are generally younger or female. They just want a second car in their house. But this type of car has become really popular in China over the past few months, especially with Wuling and now Geely getting into the game. You'll expect that there'll be a lot more competition. And I feel like compared to the Wuling, this car has a lot of upgrades within it. The dashboard is very competent. We have a USB charging port right here. We have this wonderful glass ceiling that lets in a lot of extra space. Let's turn on the AC here. Lets in a lot more light, and it feels like a much nicer place to be on your morning commute or picking up your kids from school. So I feel like over the Wuling, it's probably worth that little bit more. It is a fast charging capable car, which is one thing that the Wuling Mini does not have. So we gotta go check the speeds. Right now we're down to 50%. So the charging speed should be decent right now. Let's go check. This is a fast charger. Look how big it is. These things are so heavy. I don't know how less abled people get them into position. There we are. This is locked in. I'm gonna put in 30 RMB, which the amount will be below on the screen. Okay, put in my password, and there we go. It's charging. It's underway. The electricity is going in. 352 volts. 26 amps, so that's quite slow. State of charge is 42%. And I can also see on the cell phone as well, on here, we're at 42% charge. We can see how much it's costing and how much has it cost so far. So it's super simple to charge in China. You can see all down here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars charging at lunchtime in this busy mall. So it's super convenient to have a EV in China. So it's jumped from 42 to 43 in 1 minute. So to take it to 100%, or we usually charge to 90%, it's gonna take 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. So we've been driving all day in Hangzhou. We've been on busy roads, we've been on mini alleys, we've been in traffic, surrounded by e-bikes. What's it like to drive this? Actually, it's very good. It's very well put together. It's very cohesive. And to be honest, for 50,000 RMB, it's one hell of a car. There are some drawbacks. The noise vibration handling is a little raw. It could be better in that area. Another drawback is that the doors are very long and the seatbelt is very far behind. And to be honest, this part is probably a little bit off-putting when you're driving, because it's like a shadow in your peripheral vision. Other than that, I mean, this car is brilliant. If you're going to have this as your first car, you're a young, new driver, perfect. You can drive this as soon as you're 18 and you've passed your license. Don't look at it and think, oh, it's just a little box. It's actually very capable. And let's not forget, it's rear-wheel drive, so you can have a little bit of fun somewhere. Okay, that's it from UNCUT. We hope to see you soon. Let us know what you think of the Geely Panda Mini EV, the car with the longest name in the world, in the comment section. So don't forget to like, subscribe and all of that, and we'll see you again next week. Okay, thank you and goodbye.